Hi there, my name is Joshua Brown from the interview training company howtobecome.com, and in this presentation I will teach you how to answer the top 10 job interview questions, and I'm going to give you high scoring answers to each of those questions. So if you have a job interview coming up for any role whatsoever, please make sure you watch this video from start to finish because I'm going to help you to succeed. To achieve that goal, here is what I will cover. First of all, I'll give you a list of the top 10 interview questions to prepare for. I will then provide you sample high-scoring answers to those questions to help you to succeed. I will also give you essential tips for passing your interview, and finally I'll provide further interactive resources to help you. And just very quickly, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I want to help you to pass your interview, and I can only do that if you are subscribed. And please don't forget to hit that like button because this tells me you find these tutorials useful. Okay, let's get straight into the tutorial and let's look at the top 10 interview questions and high scoring answers. The first job interview question I recommend you prepare for is, tell me about yourself. Now this is going to be the first interview question that you get asked, and it's your opportunity to talk about the skills and qualities you have, not your home life or your personal life. Focus on your passion for this role and how you're going to add value to the organization in the role. Make sure you download the job description and focus on telling them how your skills match it. It's really important that you do this because that job description is your blueprint for answering these interview questions and scoring highly. Make sure you use power words such as loyal, commercially aware, enthusiastic, I'm motivated. These words will resonate positively with the hiring manager. And a really good tip here, you can find lots of these words on that job description. On that job description, they're going to look for someone who is a team worker, someone who's hardworking and professional. Make sure you use those words throughout your answers, not just in this opening question, but throughout all of your interview answers throughout the interview. Okay, here's a great answer to help you with that question, tell me about yourself. Here we go. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be interviewed for this position today. Having studied the job description, I am confident I have the skills, the qualities, and the qualifications needed to excel in this role. I'm a fast learner, I possess excellent problem-solving capabilities, and I can manage a significant workload. I consider myself to have an impressive track record of achievement. For example, in my previous role, I was praised by my supervisor for helping the company to find ways to increase sales by improving customer service standards. The type of person I am means I always act as a positive role model for the company. I will make sure that I take responsibility for my ongoing professional development. I consider myself as commercially aware, and I know I need to succeed in my role to a very high standard in order to help your organization to achieve its goals. If you hire me in this position, I believe you'll quickly see a positive return on your investment. So that's a great answer to the question, tell me about yourself or introduce yourself. Let's move on to the next question. Why do you want to work for us? Your answer to this interview question should demonstrate your preparation you have done prior to the interview. Look at the company's website, their LinkedIn profile, the social media channels, and mention any of the achievements that stood out to you that the company has accomplished, any projects or plans that they are aiming for that match your values and that have really stood out to you. Don't forget to also focus on the job description and how it matches what you are after in a role and how you match the skills and qualities that they are after also. So let's have a look at a great answer to help you with this question. So why do you want to work for us? Here's a great answer. Having researched your company in detail, I can see that you're a company that has a fantastic reputation and is surrounded by positivity. It is rare to see high levels of customer care nowadays, and I want to work in an environment where customer service is prioritized, as I am someone who enjoys seeing positive customer interaction, feedback, and testimonials within my job. Your website showcases a variety of awards your company has won over the years, and I noticed on your company's LinkedIn profile that you have recently celebrated winning an award for the services that you provide. This shows me your organization is a leader in what it does. It is growing and it has high standards. This appeals to me as I consider myself as someone who sets high standards, is always looking to further develop, and I take pride in the work that I do. Finally, when I saw the job description for this role, I knew the job was a perfect fit for me. I'm confident that my skills and the qualities will enable me to thrive in this role. Now that's a great answer to that question, why do you want to work for us? I was positive throughout, I demonstrated I'd researched the company, I demonstrated what stood out to me from my research and why that was a match to my values and what I wanted to achieve from a role. And I also mentioned that the job description was perfect for the role and that I believe I'm a strong fit for exactly what they're after. So let's move on to the next interview question. Why do you want to leave your current job? Make sure that when you're answering this question that you're always positive about your former employer, management and work colleagues. This is really, really important. If you were a hiring manager, who would you hire? The candidate who is negative in their answers or the candidate who is positive in their answers? Okay, let's take a look at a great answer to help you. Why do you want to leave your current job? Here we go. I want to leave my employer simply because I'm ready for a change and I'm looking for a new challenge where my skills and qualities are going to be put to good use. I really enjoyed working for my employer. They've supported me in my role and we've achieved many great things together. However, I want to work in a different environment with an exciting company that has ambitious plans for the future, where I can thrive in the team I'm a part of and ultimately help the company to achieve its goals. The next question to prepare for is, what are your strengths? So again, make sure you focus on that job description. This is your blueprint to the skills and qualities that they are looking for. Make sure your strengths match those needed for the role. Your answer should provide evidence on where you have demonstrated your strengths in previous work roles or in education, and make sure you come across as relatable and genuine in your answer. That's really important. So let's take a look at a great answer to this question. What are your strengths? Here we go. I have numerous positive qualities I believe I can bring to this role, but I consider my main strengths to be that I'm commercially aware, which means in order for the business to achieve its goals and grow as a business, I must carry out my role to a high standard and keep those goals, whether financial or otherwise, at the forefront of the work that I do. I'm also someone who is loyal. I'm seeking long-term employment with the same company where I will always act as a positive role model when representing this company. I understand for a business to grow that change is a necessary part of that, and I'm someone who embraces change and would encourage others in the organisation to adapt positively as well. I'm the type of person that takes responsibility for my own personal and professional development. I feel this makes me stand out from the majority of employees, as I'm always looking to develop and improve in my work. For example, at a previous appraisal, my supervisor identified that my negotiation skills could be developed further. After the appraisal, I took it upon myself to research and enroll in an online negotiation course, and I also purchased a couple of top-rated negotiation books from Amazon. Once I had been through the course and read these books, I put a plan together to implement the new skills I had learned. Not long after implementing these changes, my supervisor commented that she had seen a marked improvement and praised me for taking a positive approach to taking on board feedback and developing my own skills further. Now that's a really, really good answer to what are your strengths. Not only did I demonstrate the strengths that I have and the ones that I felt matched the job role and the job description, I also demonstrated how I take it upon myself to develop myself further continuously, and I'm always on top of my own professional development. That's a really good answer to the question, what are your strengths? Next question is, what are your biggest weaknesses? When answering this question, do not say that you are a perfectionist. Nearly everyone does this in an interview, and it's not going to score you any marks. And in fact, it may even make you fail the interview. Instead, provide a weakness that is genuine, but one that is not a match for the job description. Always turn your weakness into a positive and/or show that it is an area where you are taking it upon yourself to improve upon. So let's take a look at a great answer to that question. What is your biggest weakness? Here we go. I would say my biggest weakness is that I sometimes find it difficult to talk in front of large groups of people. I can find public speaking a little daunting, and it's not something I'm naturally confident with. However, this is an area I'm keen to develop and improve upon, and to do so, I recently purchased a book from Amazon on public speaking titled The Art of Public Speaking by Dale Carnegie. This has been a great influence on me already in building my confidence when speaking to large groups of people. Also, if there are any opportunities within this organisation to develop these skills, such as presenting group presentations, I would love to take these to push myself and develop my public speaking skills further. Now that's a really, really good answer to this question because it shows what my weakness is. It's a genuine weakness. It's one that they can believe and relate to as well, potentially. But it also shows I've taken action to improve upon my weaknesses. I'm not someone who sits still. I want to continually improve myself and develop myself and push myself. And I've said there, I want to push myself. And if there are any opportunities within that organization to do so, I would love to take those. So that's a really good answer to that question. What is your biggest weakness? Now don't go anywhere as I still have more interview questions and answers to give you, but when you're ready, click that link in the top right hand corner. It will take you to my website howtobecome.com where you can get access to over 50 interview questions and high scoring answers to each question that's going to give you the edge in your interview, including the ones that we're covering right now. Okay, here's the next question for you. Tell me about a time when you took initiative at work. To answer this question, think of a time when you have made a decision that led to a positive outcome for the business. This might be a time when you went above and beyond to deliver excellent customer service, or you helped implement a positive change within the organization. Let's take a look at a great example answer to help you. Tell me about a time when you took initiative at work. I had some spare time on a Friday afternoon recently, and I had some concerns about how much we were spending as a team on office supplies, and also how often we were ordering them. I looked into this and it quickly became apparent that we were ordering office supplies as and when we needed them, which wasn't really cost effective or efficient. Therefore, I made some recommendations to my manager that we should start ordering in bulk and we should also change supplier, because I had managed to find one that would give us significant discounts if we increased our minimum order quantities. I presented these recommendations to my manager. She thought it was a great idea and she went ahead and implemented them. This change allowed the company to save over $2,000 per year by changing supplier and the way that we ordered office supplies moving forward. So next question, what motivates you? When answering this question, make sure that you provide the hiring manager reassurance that you're looking for long-term employment within an organization. Also, make sure that you always ensure that you're relatable and genuine in your answer. If family and personal goals are important to you, mention these while also demonstrating you won't get bored or lack motivation to carry out the role. So let's take a look at a great answer to help you for this question. So what motivates you? Here we go. I am motivated by lots of different things. First of all, I'm motivated by health, happiness, and the feeling I'm moving forward in both my work and personal life. I'm also motivated by doing a good job for my employer because this gives me job satisfaction and also a sense of achievement. I want to be in a role where there is an opportunity for me to grow and stay with the organization long term. I'm also motivated by goals. So if I have several tasks and projects that I'm responsible for at any one given time, then this ensures that I am motivated and it makes me feel like I'm continually learning and moving forward. That's a really good answer to that question. What motivates you? Next question is, give me an example when you worked as part of a team. For this answer, I strongly recommend you use the STAR method. That's because this question is a behavioral type question. It's one of those, tell me about a time, give me an example of when, or describe when you have achieved, or when you have done X, Y, or Z. So the STAR method works great for this, and this is why. So the S stands for situation. Describe what the situation you found yourself in was. T is for task. What was the task that needed to be carried out? A is for action. What action did you take to achieve the task? And R is for result. What was the end result following your actions? This is a great way to structure your answers for any type of behavioral or competency-based question. So let's use that for this question here. Give me an example when you've worked as part of a team. Let's take a look. I have lots of experience of working as part of a team. One situation recently comes to mind where my manager came into the office late on a Friday afternoon and he asked for 5 volunteers to stay behind late after work to carry out an important stock take. Now the stock take had to be done by 7 p.m. and I knew how important it was to the company, so I volunteered along with 4 other team members. So we started by getting together as a team and we created a plan of action based on our manager's brief, based on what he wanted us to achieve. We communicated different ideas and we then allocated tasks based on each other's individual strengths. My task was to collate the stock figures and then to quickly input them into the computer system. I'm pleased to say that we achieved the task by 7 p.m, and this was done by supporting each other, by encouraging everyone within the team, and by motivating everyone to get the task done correctly. So that's a really strong answer to that question. Give me an example of when you've worked as part of a team using the STAR method. Question 9. What are your salary expectations? For this answer, make sure that you carry out research prior to the interview to find out what the average salary is for your position. Then have a specific salary in mind that you will settle for. Don't go below that. Make sure that's set in stone. That's the lowest you're going to accept. You can then start off slightly higher than this in the negotiation and come down to your specific salary. This way, you are confidently demonstrating you know your value, but that you also need to prove yourself to your employer because they don't know who you are and you're willing to compromise for the benefit of the company. They're going to love this answer, so let's take a look. What are your salary expectations? Before coming to the interview today, I carried out some research to establish the average salary range for this role within this industry, and that figure was between $80,000 and $90,000 per year. Now, although I generally believe I'm worth $90,000 based on my skills, qualities, and experiences, and what I can bring to your organisation, I respect and understand that you don't know me and I need to prove my worth to you. So on that basis, I would be comfortable with a salary of $86,000 per year, and I believe you would see a positive and significant return on your investment if you give me that amount. So you can see from that answer, I demonstrated to them clearly that I'd done my research and that I believed my value was right at the top of that pay scale, but I compromised with them, going down to that bottom figure that I had in my mind, the figure that I wanted to achieve, which was $86,000. And by making that compromise to them and showing them that I was willing to compromise and prove myself to them, it puts me in a really positive light over other candidates applying for this role. So question number 10, do you have any questions for us? Now, this is a really common interview question that's going to get asked at the end of your interview. The hiring manager is going to ask you this, and make sure you always say yes. Never say you don't have any questions or no thank you, all my questions were answered during the interview. Have 3 questions prepared that you will ask at the end of the interview that show you care about the organisation and the job role. So here we go. Here are 3 great questions that you can ask. The first thing you should say when the hiring manager asks you the question, do you have any questions for us, is, yes, thank you. I have just 3 questions if that's okay. The first question is, what would you need me to concentrate on in the first few weeks of starting if I am successful? The second question is, how has the company evolved over recent years? And finally, what advice would you give to the successful candidate who wants to excel in the role? Now, those are 3 really intelligent questions for you to ask the hiring manager when they ask you, do you have any questions for us? They show that you really care about the role, you care about the organization, where it's heading, and that you want to stick around long term and you want to succeed in the role. So you now know some of the most common interview questions to expect during your interview and the high scoring answers that you can give. But if you want to learn how to answer all of the tough interview questions that are going to come up during your interview, please make sure that you click the button in the top right hand corner of this video right now. Head through to my website, howtobecome.com, where you can download these slides and get access to over 50 interview questions and the high scoring answers to each question in a quick to absorb video course. Best of all, this course is completely free for 30 days. You can literally have access and all of the slides at your fingertips within 2 minutes from now without costing you a penny. It is guaranteed to help you to prepare effectively for your interview and also, more importantly, put you ahead of the competition. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe as I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible pass their job interviews, and I can only do that if you are subscribed. Please also hit that like button as that encourages me to make more videos like these. Let me know what job interview you have coming up in the comments section below and I'll give you some specific questions to prepare for. And finally, if you would like to connect with me on LinkedIn, I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below. It's always great to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you so much for watching and I wish you all the best with your interview. Have a great day.